What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I am under the assumption everybody's screaming mummies and grim reapers, and I think the witches would be a good runner-up on all of this too, that they're going to be the next second awakening. But they just gave us a wind, an olivine SD, and now they gave us a talc SD. And I'm actually under the assumption they're going to give us a battle mammoth second awakening. And you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing a battle mammoth second awakening. I have two of them 6-star maxed already. I have the light one, I have basalt, and I have talc. I didn't 6-star the light one. The light one looks pretty interesting. I read their skills. I just read their skills before. Let's go over some of these skills real quick. So this is a provoke with an 80% chance when he's max skilled. This sounds interesting. It's like Talc's third skill, but instead it's a 25% reduction as opposed to 35%. And it's got a 70% chance of happening, and it goes according to his max hit points. It's a hit point monster. Attacks with another ally and weakens the defense for 2 turns with a 75% chance. The damage is proportionate to my max HP. This is the most interesting one, and I don't have a fire one to max out. I'm actually mad at myself that I didn't save a fire one, but I wouldn't have known anyway. This skill always sounded interesting. It just never panned out. Now, if there's a second awakening, I really think that this would be a cool skill. Let's go to so the water one has the provoke. This is the heal, recovers the hit points of all allies with an energizing roar and increases the defense for 2 turns. The recovery amount is proportionate to my max HP. And then the recovery goes up 10%, another 10%, 20%, 10%, and a cooldown time. It's a 3-turn cooldown. Cool. This passive is not all that great. Decreases the inflicted damage by half if the damage is less than 20% of my max HP. All right. He sounds pretty cool. So he has the same second skill as the fire one, but increases the attack bar of all allies by 40% and removes all harmful effects. This is pretty cool. If there's a 2A, I could only imagine what it's going to be doing. And it's on a 4-turn cooldown. They need a lot of skill ups, guys. I think the fire one needs 16 skill ups. 6, 11, yes, 16 skill ups. The water one is not that bad. 6, 9, I believe. Yeah, 9. The wind one, 6, 11, 12. That's a lot of skill ups. 6, 11, 14. And then, so talc, everybody knows talc. How could you leave talc out if you're going to talk about battle mammoths? He's the best one so far. 6, 11, 16. All right. So inflicts damage to all enemies proportionate to my defense, decreases the attack bar by 35%. He has a heal based on his max HP. So talc is amazing. Don't get me wrong here. I wish they would have modified this heal in a different way. Like, I get it. He's a defense monster with a hit point scaling heal. It makes him a little tougher to build. He's not hard to build. It makes him a little tougher to build. And the other thing with this one, his base speed, it's not atrocious. It's below 100 though, but it's not as bad as some of the other monsters. Like I think Tiana is 94, either 94 or 96. I don't remember. I know it's less than this, but he can be useful. I'm actually really interested. If there's a 2-second awakening, I'm really interested to see if there's a granite second to see what granite does if there's a second awakening. Everybody keeps talking about mummies and grim reapers. Look, Comtwist is in our row right now, but I don't think they ever really failed to disappoint, and I get it. It's a death theme, so grim reapers and mummies sounds right, but who's to say there's no death mammoth? Let's be serious now. You never know. Hey, you never know. You never know. But the fact that they gave 2 secret dungeons of the same kind of monster, different attributes obviously, but of the same kind of monster, leans me to believe that They're giving us a Battle Mammoth Second Awakening. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, Second Awakenings that I really, really, really want to see. I mentioned Hellhounds. Definitely want to see Hellhounds. Man, these birds, they're OP anyway. The light and the water ones, they're OP anyway. Not necessarily OP, but they're good. I would love to see a Second Awakening for these two birds, for Kanamiya and Tian. And maybe they'll make these valid. Let's see what else. Oh, I was actually talking about this with Island Grown. He's right. He's definitely right about this. The Bearman. Bearman, this one has an interesting skill. Strikes all enemies to... hold on. No, not this one. Increases the attack power of all allies for 2 turns and removes 2 harmful effects. It seems like such a useful skill. It's just... it's on the Bearman. He doesn't do anything else. Strikes the enemy's camp to inflict damage to all enemies, decreasing their attack bar by 30%. His kit sounds so good. It's just... I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be his stats. I don't know why nobody really built him. I'm not building one anytime soon. I don't know why I got off the Bearman. Amon, I mean, do we really need an introduction for Amon? I have a Rage Amon that's sitting on the same runes for the last 5 years. I don't regret building him. He was meta back in the days, but... What does he do? Attacks the enemy 2 times with each attack having 30% chance to stun the enemy for 1 turn. This attack will deal more damage according to your max HP. He has that same second skill. That second skill for the Bearman, I don't know why I keep doing that. That second skill for the Bearman, man. Who else has that? Slams the enemy and deal damage, okay. Decreases the incoming damage by 25%. Alright. So this second skill, Cry of Battlefield, I like it. I like it a lot. So who has it? Two of them have it, and then the other 3 have that second skill. Okay. So I actually really, really, really like that second skill on the win one. Actually, the third skill sounds pretty good too. That's another Second Awakening I'd like to see. The Mystic Witches, I honestly believe, should have a Second Awakening. I see a death theme with them. I wouldn't be surprised if they released the Mystic Witches. This has a secret dungeon also, by the way. So what is it? Is it this? No. This heal, believe it or not, is pretty OP if there's enough harmful effects on you. Removes all harmful effects on all allies and recovers hit points by 15%. The recovery amount increases by 5% for each harmful for each. Yeah, I was thinking about 6-starring her. I didn't. Then she has this AoE weaken defense. Has beneficial effects. Cool. She's a little situational, but if she gets a Second Awakening, she'll be good. Megan, everybody knows Megan. They'll probably add like something to this over here. I don't know what they would add, but they'll probably add something there. Curses an enemy, removing the beneficial effects on the enemy. Also, with an 80% chance, disturbs enemy's HP recovery and prevents the enemy from receiving beneficial effects. This is And then another weaken defense. And wait, the first one doesn't weaken defense. No. And then the weaken defense. This weaken defense skill seems like it would be alright. In a Second Awakened form, I wonder. So I don't think I have this one. I don't know which one I'm missing. I'm missing one of the light dark ones, I think. Summons a comet to attack all enemies multiple times. Casts Soul protection on an ally with the lowest hit point ratio. Alright, cool. Attacks all enemies with the power of jealousy. Okay, weaken defense. So this one sounds all right. I actually really wouldn't mind seeing them Second Awakened. This is the sleep. The attacks 4 times, and then you have a 60% chance skilled up sleep. Sleep's okay. Covers the enemy with poison, removes a beneficial effect. Everybody knows this skill. This one, the dark and the water one have it, and I believe the other 3 have that same skill. Another monster I wouldn't mind, because she hits like a truck. The wind one of this. She already hits like a truck, Ardella. And this one hits like a truck. I don't, but then again, there's a 4-star version, so there may not be a second awakening for that. The bounty hunters would be cool. Living armors would be cool, absolutely. These dudes would actually, not the Minotaurus. These dudes would actually look pretty cool if there was a second awakening of them. And they hit hard too. But I really think it's, wouldn't mind seeing a Harpy. The dark one is so good. And the light one is good. So I have both of them 6-starred. I really wouldn't mind seeing a Harpy. And an Imp. Ooh, Imps back in the days were meta, guys. Some of the Imps. The water one we used to use to farm. I didn't use it. I didn't actually build this team. The water one, people used to farm B10 Giants with it because of this skill right here. Inflicts great damage with multiple stabs and inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns if you get a critical hit. Yeah, the freeze and that, and he increases his own attack speed. The water one, the light one used to hit like a truck. It launches an attack that ignores the enemy's defense. This attack receives a 50% critical rate bonus, so he doesn't need a lot of crit rate. Then he has the stun. So he's a little bit easier to build, this one. 50% crit rate and just, he's got no, yeah, he was annoying to fight. Attacks multiple enemies at once with a fierce spinning spear. Oh, I remember this skill. Oh my god, I used to be so scared of him back in the days. Guys, in 2014, things were so weird, man. He would hit like a truck. And he would finish a monster off right off the bat. People used to put him on defense until we figured out how to fight him on defense. Oh my lord. He was a terror at some point. This is really early days. He was a terror for like a month. Not that long. Unleashes an accurately aimed deadly thrust. This attack receives a 50% critical rate bonus. Like, he used to kill a unit and then kill another unit. Oh, no, it was this one. It was this skill, the second skill. Like, I wonder what he does. All right, he's not that great. He's not like the other one. But yeah, he was a terror back in the day. So people used to build the water, the wind, and the light one. The light one for arena offense. There used to be a dude back in the days. He used to do some crazy things with this one on arena offense. This one for arena offense, and some people built them for defense too. I'm telling you, he was a terror back in my noob days. And then this one for B10 Giants. I would like to see them to come back. I want to see some of these monsters that were complete and utter terrors back in the days. The ones when I first started playing, I used to be scared of. I didn't want to go into arena fighting them. I had to build arena just to go up against Ralph, the wind one. I would love to see some of these monsters make a comeback. That's about it with the monsters that scarred me partially for life. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Frankenstein 2A. Nobody talks about a Frankenstein. So supposedly the mummies were confirmed. But nothing else was confirmed. I'm telling you, Battle Mammoth, and I wouldn't mind seeing, that's my list of 2As I'd like to see. Don't be surprised if they end up doing 2As of 4 stars within a couple of years, and then 2As of 6 stars in a couple of years, and then the game's just going to be completely nutty. But all right, guys, that was just like my little PSA for the day. I'll talk to everybody later.